Thank you all for being here today. Couldn't have asked for better weather. My name is Jimmy Statatos. I'm the city manager for the city of Bedford. And I really appreciate everyone being here. Covenant Church has teamed up with Nancy Lieberman Charities in a partnership with Sport Court to gift this dream court to our community. We're here to recognize and celebrate the importance and value of community and how vital it is to help our community move forward by making a lasting and positive impact where we live and where we work. Sorry about that. This is for people of all ages, races, and backgrounds. And sports serves as a unifying force that allows us to see past our differences and achieve a common goal. Indeed, it is sport that brings us all together today. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce a tremendous leader in our community and one who has been instrumental in this initiative. I'd like to introduce Mayor Michael Boyter.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here today. It's a pleasure meeting Nancy. You know, as we kind of gather here today, it's hard for me not to think about the great things going on in Bedford. We're so blessed to live in such a great town. It's such an honor for those of us on council and myself to serve this community, and we're really focused on fixing problems. And it's hard to think about the great things going on without thinking about us taking the effort and finding ways to fix our streets. They've long been neglected. We've found ways to finance that and to fix all the major streets in our town and working with the county to find monies to do that kind of stuff. I also find myself thinking about the economic development efforts that our staff is going through, that we are trying to do things a little different. We're no longer sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. We're going out and making things happen in this city, and that means finding new restaurants, finding new businesses to come to our town. We're taking control of our economic development future by managing and controlling and dictating future developments that are coming here. And the steps that we've already done has already meant hundreds of millions of dollars coming to Bedford here in the next few years. And then the other thing I think about is we're now focused on creating an organization of excellence. And that means all the employees of the city of Bedford. That what we're doing is we're investing in our people. And in doing that and in listening to their needs, that we are bringing pride back to this city. By investing in our police department, investing in our fire department, we're giving them the tools and the resources that they need to do their jobs better. And in so doing, we're getting more cops on the street. We're making crime go down because of the efforts that they're encountering and their passion for making Bedford a better place to live. So when I think about the great things going on in this town, this is what I think about. But now we have something new to add to this list. And so I just want to say thank you. It's an honor to be here. I think we're here to celebrate a new partnership, and this new partnership is between the residents of Bedford, Nancy Lieberman Charities, and with Covenant Church. This is such a fantastic opportunity for all of us to work together and to do something for the community. This is truly something that can be a source of pride for our town and our community. The city of Bedford, for people who don't know, we're really investing in Parks and Rec in this town. We've got a $65 million bond project taking place at Generations Park at the Boys Ranch. It's going to be a first-class park. It's an old park that we're modernizing, we're revitalizing. We're going to have a first-rate, the biggest rec center in the area that's going to be opening in 6 months. It's going to be more opportunities for residents to do things, more programs. It's going to be a source of pride. It's going to be a source of community. Just a mile away from here, we have the old Bedford School, which on that site for over 140 years, there's been a school on that site. But it hasn't just been a school, it's been a source of community gathering for our city, for our community. Long before the cities of Hearst, Euless, and Bedford were formed, the old Bedford School was the site that all of our communities gathered together to have ice cream socials and play volleyball and do those kinds of recreational activities. And there was basketball. So this city has a rich heritage of embracing parks, of embracing things, believe it or not, basketball, and that it's a part of our heritage and our history over there. The new rec center that we're building is going to have fantastic state-of-the-art basketball courts. It's really neat to think how this synergy is kind of personified in us being here today. This is kind of a great opportunity to celebrate those things that we're doing in our town. So once again, I want to say thank you to Nancy Lieberman Charities. Thank you to Covenant Church. I really hope that as we go forward and that we celebrate this dream court, that we let this court kind of be a source of pride for our community. I really hope that we look at this as an opportunity to use this court as a gathering place for everyone. And then I also see this as an opportunity to bring people together, that we can use this court to bring people together from all walks of life. And then lastly, to me, I want this court to be a celebration of all the great things going on in our city. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Boyter. I appreciate it. And I'd like to recognize some of Mayor Boyter's colleagues, some of my bosses, the leaders of the community. We've got 3 other Bedford City Council members here I'd like to recognize. And if you'll just hold your applause till the end, please. We have Mayor Pro Tem Amy Sable. We've got City Councilwoman Cindy Almendarez and City Councilman Rich Steves. So I appreciate y'all being here today, and I appreciate everything you're doing for the community. I'd also like to thank, there's some Bedford Parks Board members, and we've got a great Bedford Parks and Rec team. Don Henderson. Don, where are you at? Okay. Don was instrumental in helping with the bringing this to fruition, the implementation, and the B's at the top of the key. So thank you, Don. Appreciate that. So thank you. Nancy Lieberman Charities, they have over 100 of these dream courts nationwide. And we'd like to thank our partner, Sport Court, and all the installers whose hard work brought these courts to life. Please give a round of applause to the Sport Court installer, Mark Kundasak. And as you can see, the Dream Court has representation from the Bedford Police Department. This will serve as a safe play area for law enforcement and the community to build relationships and interact. Please welcome Bedford Police Chief Jeff Williams to say a few words.
Thank you guys for having us here today. Nancy, first, thank you. Pastor, thank you guys. Thank you. I can't thank you enough for bringing this to Bedford. So while I'm relatively new here, I've grown to love this city the short time I've been here. And it's a great, diverse city. We've got a great group of kids, and the location of this court is going to touch so many lives. And like everybody said, this is going to bring people together. Our commitment to you guys, we're going to be here as often as we can. We're going to keep this to be a safe place. We've got 115 police employees that are dedicated to making sure the kids have a place that's safe here to learn basketball. I think we have some camps that'll be going off this next summer that we'll probably be utilizing this for a little bit for. So, but if there's anything that kids that we can do for you guys, not all cops always wear uniforms. Sometimes they wear regular clothes too. But you're going to see these officers that are back here. They're probably going to want to shoot some hoops with you in a little bit. But we're here for you guys. That we want you guys to have a good time. And if you see us, wave at us. If we're not busy, we'll come over and we'll shoot some hoops with you guys. But thank you for having us here. And we hope that your generation and maybe someday your kids can come out here and play at the same court. Thanks, guys.
At this time, I'd like to give Chief Williams and all the law enforcement members here a round of applause, please. They do so much on a daily basis to serve our community, and it's not just about patrol or investigating. They do things. They're just great ambassadors for the city, whether it's coffee with a cop or just outreach at the schools. They're embedded in our community, and it's sometimes can be a thankless job nowadays. And I appreciate y'all being here and everything you do. Thanks, Chief. Feels self-serving to clap for my own comments, but sorry. But projects like these, we all think Bedford, and it is a great community, but without community support, a lot of it would not come to fruition. And so we're here today because of generous people in the community and generous organizations. Covenant Church has their main campus in Carrollton, but has a wonderful campus right down the road in Colleyville. This is Covenant Church's 4th Dream Court donated in the DFW area, which is amazing. Please welcome Pastor Paul Daniels from Covenant Church in Colleyville.
Wow, so good to be here. I just want everyone to relax. I'll only be here for about an hour. I'm joking. Just joking. Yeah. Community comes from common unity, and the picture is a family, and Bedford's a family, and we as Covenant Church, we've always looked at our communities as family, and our communities that we live in is an extension of our family as well, and so that's why this is such an important thing for us. And I just want you all to know that Covenant Church is so honored to partner with Nancy Lieberman Charities and to provide a dream court like this for the Bedford community. And I remember me as a child in Newark, New Jersey, right? Go figure. And I got to Texas as quick as possible. And I remember spending a lot of times on a lot of my days on courts like these and parks like these. I met some of my greatest friends, lifelong friends, on playgrounds just like this. And our prayer is that this same impact will be realized here as well. I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank you, Mayor, for all that you do in this community. I want to thank you, Chief Williams, for all that you do in this community as well. And ultimately, we want to thank Nancy Lieberman for your tireless work that you do, working with young people all across this country. So we're just honored to be a part of such a beautiful vision and to be in community with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Daniels, and thank you for the great partnership you have with the city of Bedford. Sorry, gentlemen, but now it's time for the real star of the show. So it is my pleasure, and I'm going to read some of this. Sorry, but I don't want to leave anything out because I'm in kind of awe that she's actually here. Can't wait till people I got to sit by Miss Lieberman. But it's my pleasure to introduce the founder of the Nancy Lieberman Charities. She's a Basketball Hall-of-Famer, two-time Olympian, first woman to be a head coach in a men's professional league with the Big Three, 2018 Big Three champion and coach of the year, and only the second woman to be hired in the NBA as an assistant coach. She is also a social and racial activist. I'd like to introduce Miss Nancy Lieberman.
It's my team right there, okay? I've coached a lot of teams before, but y'all are the best, and we're going to win at everything we do in life. And, you know, some of the guys here are a little short. And you know what? I have been in Dallas, by the way, for 42 years. I came here, I was 22 years old. Please do not do the math. And the coolest thing is I have been through your town so many times. I've been all over, the Metroplex. Nobody's invited me in for tea and food, and obviously I'm a big girl, I eat. Let's do it, okay? So what I do want to say that it's always humbling for me. I call Dallas, home because I've been here, my family's here, my son grew up, in Plano. So for us to be able to come here and do something positive for this community, for our communities, is really important to me. Before I get into my story, I do want to just start by saying, Mayor, thank you. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for dropping my glasses. And I've had a problem playing with slow white people before, but it was like instantaneous. I gave it to him, and he turned it over. Jimmy, I was a child when you did those Dillard's commercials, okay? I've got film, okay? I want to thank you. Okay, so you found out that I'm a smart aleck. I am from New York City, and this is kind of who I am. And I don't think I've changed much, except I've lost my accent from New York. Don Henderson, just thank you for everything you've done. Where are you? Where are you? Over here. I just want to thank you because I've seen so many of the email threads between you and Tracy. I know it's a labor of love to do something like this, but we wanted this to be the centerpiece of your beautiful park and your city. We want these kids to have a place to play because I would not be here today without, wonderful people giving me an opportunity as I was growing up in New York. And so many people have to come together in the name of teamwork and spirit. Covenant Church, all I'll start by saying is God bless you for being in my life and so many other people's lives. And Paul, I'm honored, to be someone who's a part of your church and what Misty has done and just everybody who has believed in this partnership. The world is changing right now, and how we give takes on, a lot of different directions. Cove Church was one of the first people to come to us and say, we're serving, we're just servants of the Lord. And, that means you have to serve communities, you have to serve people. We must not forget the next generation. And you took on this project with us, probably not knowing what you were going to get. And because no churches do this, they tithe on, whenever the weekends online. And sometimes people never get to see the good works. And a lot of churches are doing great works. But now people are getting to see your investment in them. And there's kids here who are going to end up getting college scholarships, being doctors, lawyers, potential. You can get into politics. The gentleman here, the mayor who dropped my glasses, can help you with that. We have become like this instantaneously. And, every generation has to help the other generation. So when you said Jimmy Mark Kundasak is responsible at Sport Court for every court we've done, pretty much, right, Tracy, in the state of Texas. He's not only an installer, he's our brother, he's a part of our family, he and his wife care so much about every court is very unique and very personal. We have a board at Nancy Lieberman Charities. I get a lot of the shine and the, added girls, but there's so many people behind the scenes that do so much work. So I'd like to take a minute. Leslie, raise your hand. Leslie Ritter, her taller husband, Don. Thank you so much for being here with us. Vicki Glenn, thank you. I appreciate you coming out here today. It means a lot to me on many levels. Ala Bardove, who helps with our fundraising and everything else that the charity needs. We're very grateful for your hard work and your dedication. And Rush and Dave. Rush is here, Dave is there, his wife Lori is right behind him. Don't hide your wife, please. These guys, every step of the way, have been with us since we started capturing the dream courts that we open in the communities that get changed, by the partnership. And I just met Rush's parents. So wave to everybody. This is Rush's mom and dad. And we're so happy that you're here with us. Let me get to a couple other things before I talk to the kids. For law enforcement, for Captain, Chief, thank you. Thank you so much for what you do for us. We need you every step of the way. We need your officers every step of the way. New York City, when I was growing up, officers were my friend. If something was wrong, I would go to a police officer and ask for help. You were not our adversary, you were our partner, and I can't tell you how many police officers helped me when I was growing up as a young kid. No father, no food, no heat, no electricity. I was damaged as a child. To be able to have you, look me in the eye or put a hand on my shoulder and tell me everything was going to be okay was very important to me because there was no Title IX, there was no gender equity, there was no WNBA. There were a lot of dream stealers, but there weren't a lot of hope givers because I was different. I was different than the other kids. I was a girl that wanted to play sports. I got tired of being called a tomboy. You're never going to make anything of yourself. Ms. Lieberman, what's wrong with your daughter? Why is she in the park with black kids? And then, sadly, I would get into fistfights because you can't talk to my friends like that. You can't talk to people that I care about like that. And from the day I was 8, 9, 10 years old, it's the same way right now. I care about people that don't look like me. I will be there for people that don't look like me. We are Americans, and we have to take pride in each other, and we have to take pride in our country, and we just have to lead. When I was growing up, I fell in love at 10 years old with Muhammad Ali. We didn't look alike. I was a white little Jewish girl with red hair and the black heavyweight champion of the world. It just didn't look right until we met. He was my eyes. He was my nav system. He helped teach me how to be a good human being, how to strive for my goals, and how to be a champion every day. I was 19 years old when I met Muhammad Ali. I had already now gotten a scholarship to go to Old Dominion University, which I could not have afforded to go to without a scholarship. And it is today International Women's Month. The whole month, it's about celebrating women and women of accomplishments. And there's a reason for that. Ali was one of the greatest supporters of us. He taught me that the greatest religion of all was love. Loving kindness. What can I do for you? How can I help you? He said often to me, service to others is the rent you pay for your time here on earth. What can I do? Thank you, thank you, thank you. To the officers, to the kids, thank you for allowing me to be here today. And for me to have had Muhammad Ali in my life for over 40 years, to pick up the phone every time I needed that person to help me with decisions is extraordinary. To the day we buried him almost 6 years ago in June. I am who I am because of God. I am who I am because of Muhammad Ali. He taught me about racism. He taught me about social justice when I didn't understand it. He taught me about being a giver and not a taker. And he taught me that there were two people in life, the giver and the taker. He implored me to be the giver. He told me that God made me special. And I looked at my hero and I went, you know God too? You know everybody. That is so cool. He knew at that moment when I was 19 that I needed him. Who says that to Muhammad Ali? But I did. Life is interesting. For all the young people here on a basketball court and the friends I made and playing in Harlem, playing at Rucker Park, and guys taking the train home with me at night so I wouldn't get hurt and just protecting me. And I walk into Rucker Park today and people are so loving and so kind because respect is powerful. But you have to also earn respect and give respect to one another. And that is why we have this in Bedford, because we want to bring people together. The police officers don't want you to be afraid of them. They want you to give them high fives. They want you to smile. I mean, they're human beings. They're moms and daughters and brothers and sisters, and they have dogs and cats. Why do you have a cat? We'll get to that later. But they have dogs. Look, I brought my dog with me right there. Look at my puppy. I brought my puppy. Third, let's celebrate together. I have made a deal with my friends here. We're going to play basketball this summer, and you're going to come to the game with me. And I'm going to introduce you to Ice Cube. Is that fair? All right, so we're going to continue to celebrate. I will be back to your community if asked. I just got an invite. But again, thank you. Be well. God bless you. And thank you, Covenant Church, for everything you have done for me. I'm very grateful.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Really, really appreciate it. I'd like to thank one more person. Greg Woolsey is the contractor with Inside Amenities. Greg, thank you so much. You did an incredible job. So at this time, gentlemen, I'd like you to join Miss Lieberman to cut the ribbon, please. Like today. I know.
Hey, kiddos, come here.
I know, I can tell.
Boyter!